Now in your consumer news, with the lack of rain in our area, it's caused ranchers to either move their cattle or sell them. The Midland Meat Company and Mother Nature have not gotten along as of lately, and the Scharbauer family has been raising cattle for over 100 years in Midland, but for the first time they've had to move them to another ranch. CBS 7's Noe Ortega joins us now with more on that story. Noe?
Well, the good news is that John Scharbauer, owner of Scharbauer Cattle Company, was able to find a location where his cattle can live comfortably. However, it wasn't easy to remove them from a location that's been home to him and his family for over a century.
It's a hard pill to swallow. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's depressing pulling on this place and seeing it, because I've seen it with its Sunday dress on too. So seeing it like this, it hurts.
Because of the dry land, there's not much grass for these cows to eat. Scharbauer Cattle Company, which normally has lots of cows, currently only has 4 standing alone, and those 4 will eventually be moved. However, Scharbauer says he can't afford to stop or start over.
I don't have that luxury of not, I've got to keep my cow going. And there's over 100 years of genetics in these cows, and they're producing some of the best beef in the country. And you just can't make that up overnight. You just can't go get those genetics.
The Scharbauer family was one of the founding families in Midland. Because they've been in this family for so long, it's important that they keep those genetics that took years to form. Midland Meat Company provides meats for restaurants and markets in the area, but also in states like New York, Georgia, Missouri, and more. Even though it hasn't affected the store now, that doesn't mean they're safe from other issues.
Luckily here at the store, we don't notice very much effects immediately. It's a 2 to 3 year process before we see the animals that are at the ranch, before we see them here at store level. But it does have an impact, of course.
I've had to raise my prices about 20% in the last 2 years. It's still probably not catching up to the 50% that I'm having to come out of pocket here to feed cattle in different places up there on my other ranches and stuff. But it's an ongoing issue for everyone.
Scharbauer has another ranch in Adrian, Texas, where he planned to take his cattle to. However, there was a fire due to a car accident that burned 4,500 acres. He plans to move his cattle to one of his ranches in Amarillo in August. Well, a rancher saying says that if you kill a rattlesnake, toss it up in the air, and if it lands belly up, it means rain will come that week. While I was out there with Scharbauer at his ranch, that exact saying came to life, and so he expects rain coming this week. For CBS 7 First Alert News, I'm Noe Ortega.